Hey friends, this is Dolany TV. The Edmonton Oilers trade deadline for the year 2024 comes down to this. Obviously, Friday 1 p.m. the deadline hits. It's Friday morning just before 7 o'clock as I hit record. And all we really know is it all hinges on what happens in Seattle today as to if the Edmonton Oilers will make another move. It's been promised Ken Holland will be on the phones today a little bit, right? He said he's going to check in, see what's going on, check out what's kind of the offers out there in the market. But according to everything we've seen reported here over the past 24, 48 hours for the Edmonton Oilers, is it appears they are in fact likely, like last year, done prior to trade deadline day. It was pretty well mentioned last year by about 10 o'clock on deadline day. The Oilers simply weren't going to do anything. And they really didn't have the cap space to do anything. So what's interesting this year is twofold, right? The Oilers still have enough cap space to do something very interesting, especially if they move a roster body out, right? If they move a Janmark, a Brown, somebody like that, they have a lot of room to work with, technically speaking, in terms of getting some retention, getting somebody in here that could possibly fill a top six role or a top four defenseman role. However, for the Oilers, the other side of this equation is we've got a very deep team right now with some very good penalty killers, some guys that provide secondary scoring when they're rolling, and obviously, Columbus aside, we've got a team that kind of plays a really good brand of hockey most days, right? I mean, Columbus was nowadays this part of the season on off day, which is great. But you look at it here for the Oilers. If you choose to stand pat at today's trade deadline, you can simply save bonus money on Connor Brown and Corey Perry, right? That's kind of been the conversation here for the past about 36, 15, 16 hours here in oil country, is talking about how it simply would kind of have the bonuses count against this year's remaining cap and not necessarily affect next year as much. So when you look at it, I guess is you're not necessarily punting trying to win a cup next year, but at the same rate too, if you feel strong enough about this year's team, you can still take advantage of this year's cap and save next year's bonus overages to some degree. I think I've heard anywhere between 25 to 50 grand against the cap could be saved this year if you still have cap space available post deadline and don't make any moves today. So we'll see what the Edmonton Oilers choose to do today, friends, but that's where we sit entering this morning's action. I look forward to talking to you a little bit about it, hopefully before 1 o'clock sometime today. Probably 3 days in a row would be nice to do a lunchtime video live outside of work, I'll tell you that much. I'm Tyson, this is Stolen TV. Thanks so much for being aboard. I am up on out of here.